to my first video since we're under quarantine. Got nothing else to do. So I'm going to introduce you to J-Lo. She's my 2016 Softail Slim Harley Davidson. I bought her brand new March of 2016. Since then, I've done quite a few things, I'd say, to her. Primarily put a new exhaust on her every year. You know, I got the ape hanger handlebars. I've added the auxiliary lights up front. I've lowered front and rear, front spout 3 inches lower. You can see you don't have that bevel that Softails usually have sticking out the bottom of those covers. I've lowered the rear probably about 2.5. I use those bolts that you can get off of eBay for about $20. You know, I landed on this Vance & Hines 2-in-1 exhaust recently. Since I added cams, I figured the short pipes were robbing me of some power. These definitely added some more power back into my map. Definitely helped flatten out the torque curve.
Today, Junior?
She was on the dyno last year. Has about 100 foot-pounds of torque and 91 horsepower. Definitely with this new exhaust, she should be a little more woken up than that. I went chain drive when I did the cams because I was shredding the teeth off the stock belt before it was even cammed. So I figured if I'm gonna have to replace that belt, I might as well go with a chain, so I stood less of a chance of ripping teeth off. Now that I added more power, I threw this toolbox on just so I can carry around extra things like my clear lenses for some night riding and anything else if I wanted to bring a tool that I knew I'd be tightening something or fiddling with. The sissy bar I had made some guy out in Utah. I can put a link below for him. We got a train making a little bit of noise. But yeah, as far as like performance, got the exhaust I hit on. I have the Arlen S Big Sucker Stage 2 intake. I also did the cams. As I said, I went with Andrew's 57H cams. They're decent all-around cam. They're one of the most aggressive ones you can get and still use the factory springs on the valves. Other than that, I got this phone mount here from Quad Lock out of Australia. It's like the most secure lock I could find that I can trust, like today's $1,200 phones on. You know, don't want to drop one of them. It's also a great location. I can pull up extra gauges from my tuner, which I have the FP3, so I can pull up auxiliary gauges there. I also pull up GPS if I'm navigating somewhere new. Got these Vans grips that are pretty comfy. You know, I just had to buy a new sleeve for the throttle by wire. This was the first year that the Softails got the throttle by wire instead of the cable, so it's also limited to me on my choice of handlebars. Before I rode off the dealership, I had them put on the 14-inch chiseled ones that they offered because that was pretty much all that was available. Then a couple months later, I found these 17 inches. I might swap them out again this year just because now there's a couple more options. Even after I lowered it, this rear fender looked like it was sticking up like monster truck. So I drilled some new holes and dropped that down. I might have went a little too far, so the tire rubs on that, but I've got a new fender and rear wheel and everything coming for this that I'll post a video on while doing. Other than that, she's pretty much, you know, still work in progress. I'll start her up for you. Probably want to hear this. check engine light too. It's because I'm not running any O2 sensors on this exhaust, which is why I'll be getting a dyno tune to help fine tune. Just running a little fat, little rich right now with everything that's on it, so a dyno tune will definitely help get me some more power and make it run tip top. I relocated the passenger pegs up higher. They typically go down here, but with my exhaust choices that I've had over the past couple years, this helps move the passenger foot up out of the way and stops getting that melted boot all over my exhaust. But yeah, and that's just been a great bike. I'll put up some videos of just burnout's pretty good. Yeah, I got this powder coated, a lot better than the gloss black that they put on there. For me, it helps match my style a little bit more. It matches the air cover. I got blacked out the primary, blacked out the timing cover. I'm gonna black out a couple more things as time goes on, but that's where she sits for now.